have you ever felt that? That slow, almost agonizing sense when something really important, something you cherish, just starts to withdraw.
Yeah.
Not, in a big dramatic rush, but slowly. Maybe even like it doesn't really want to go.
Mm-hmm. That kind of lingering feeling before it's actually gone.
Exactly. That specific feeling.
It's a really poignant image, isn't it? That feeling of something vibrant just diminishing. It definitely evokes a significant turning point.
It really does. And well, that feeling is precisely what we're digging into today. We're looking at a really powerful, visually intense passage from the book of Ezekiel.
Ezekiel, chapter 10, right? Verses 9 to 22.
That's the one. And for this deep dive, our sources are some insightful devotional notes right alongside the scriptural text itself, so we get these different layers, different ways to understand this pretty incredible vision.
Okay. So our mission today, essentially, is to explore this central question. What does it actually mean for God's glory, this divine presence, to leave a sacred place? And maybe more importantly, why doesn't it just bolt out? Why, in this vision, does it seem to pause?
Yes. That hesitation, that pause is where I think the really profound insights are hiding.
Mm-hmm.
So you can expect us to try and unpack the imagery here. It's quite something. We'll get into the emotional weight of it all and then look at what this means for us, ideas about presence, responsibility, and our relationship with the divine.
Sounds good. Let's get into it.
Okay.
So Ezekiel, he's a prophet, right?
Yeah.
Exiled in Babylon. And he sees this extraordinary, almost overwhelming vision.
Yeah, the text in Ezekiel 10, verses 9 through 22, it describes these incredible living beings, cherubim.
Right, and their wheels, these amazing interconnected wheels.
It's a vision of just immense power, but also really complex design. They look like gleaming stones, it says.
Yeah, like beryl or chrysolite, depending on the translation, and full of eyes all around.
Which gives you that sense of omniscience, maybe, and this dynamic, unstoppable kind of force.
And the movement is fascinating, too.
Totally. The wheels, they can go in any direction without turning. They're just intimately connected to the cherubim.
Mm-hmm. When the creatures move, the wheels move. When they stop, the wheels stop.
And the source material really emphasizes this bit. The spirit of the living creatures was in them.
So it's not just mechanics.
No, exactly. It's this deep spiritual link between the beings and their movement. And that connection, well, it makes what happens next feel even heavier, wouldn't you say?
It absolutely does, because after setting up all this power, this majesty, the scripture delivers the crucial turn.
Okay.
Then the glory of the Lord went out from the threshold of the house and stood over the cherubim.
Right there.
Yeah. Then the cherubim lift their wings, they rise up from the earth, the wheels right beside them.
Oh.
And they go out. And then it says they stood at the entrance of the east gate of the house of the Lord.
That's the moment. The divine presence. It used to fill the temple. Now it's departing.
Our devotional source calls it a truly heartbreaking moment. You can feel the weight of it.
But here's where it gets really interesting and deeply moving. The key insight from our source is about why. Why this painful departure?
The text itself doesn't spell it out right there, but the devotional reading offers a pretty strong interpretation.
Yeah, it points to deep corruption and idolatry.
Right, a complete turning away from the covenant, from justice, from ethical living.
Yeah.
Embracing false gods instead.
But even then, facing this huge betrayal, the glory doesn't just vanish instantly.
It pauses. Twice.
First at the threshold,
Mm-hmm.
and then again at the east gate.
So this raises a really important question, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Could this be like a picture of God's own grieving heart?
That tension.
Exactly, that tension. On one hand, God is holy. Holiness demands separation from sin, from that corruption.
Can't coexist.
Right. But on the other hand, the divine nature is also described as deeply loving. It wants to dwell with people intimately.
But as the source points out, it won't stay where sin is welcomed.
So this departure, it isn't some hasty judgment. It feels more like a sorrowful, really deliberate withdrawal, almost like a divine lament.
So, okay. What does all this mean for us today? This image of the glory pausing. It seems to offer some really critical application points.
Yeah, I think so. First, it's like holding up a mirror, isn't it, to our own lives?
Oh, so.
Well, are there areas where maybe we've grown spiritually numb? Have we, maybe without realizing it, kind of fostered a quiet departure in our own spiritual spaces?
Like become so used to a presence that we don't notice it slowly fading.
Exactly. Like a song you love, but you play it so much it just becomes background noise. You stop really hearing it.
That's a powerful thought.
Mm.
and connecting it more broadly.
It really challenges us on whether we've maybe mistaken divine patience for permission, that
Yeah.
pause, that hesitation.
It's not approval.
Not at all. It's more like a loving but sorrowful warning. It's that sacred moment of wait. Reconsider this before the full weight of separation really lands.
And then there's this other really poignant idea from our sources. Divine presence is shown as both this incredible gift, but also a profound responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
The lesson seems clear. Let's try not to live in a way that pushes that presence towards the threshold, towards the exit.
It's a call to really reflect on what it means to genuinely invite and nurture that kind of presence, to invite it to stay, not just, visit occasionally.
Yeah.
It really forces us to ask, what does it mean for divine glory to depart from a life or community, maybe even a whole generation? This isn't just some ancient history lesson.
No, its resonance feels very immediate, very personal.
Definitely.
So wrapping up this deep dive into Ezekiel's vision, it really gives us this powerful understanding, doesn't it? The departure of the divine presence isn't portrayed as just abrupt abandonment.
No, it's shown as this sorrowful, almost reluctant withdrawal. It signals this deep grief over the corruption, over the turning away.
And it underlines that tension again. Holiness requires separation from sin.
But that enduring love prompts this visible, lingering hesitation. You can almost see it wanting to stay.
And bringing this back to you, the listener, it really is about recognizing maybe if you've grown spiritually numb in parts of your life.
Yeah, and being aware of that subtle danger of mistaking divine patience, that pause, for permission to keep going down a path that might be pushing something valuable away.
And fundamentally, understanding that divine presence, whatever form that takes for you, is both this amazing gift
And a serious responsibility
Yeah.
to steward, to uphold.
So here's a final thought maybe for you to just mull over. If divine glory, as Ezekiel depicts it, is truly reluctant to leave, what does that imply about the enduring desire for connection? What does that tell us about the persistent invitation for relationship, even when things are, well, pretty bad? Conditions that would normally just cause a complete break.
It really encourages some deep reflection, I think. What does it genuinely mean to create a space, whether that's in your own life, your family, your community, maybe just in your own heart, that consistently welcomes and invites such a presence?
Not just for a visit, like you said.
Right. But invites it to make its home, to stay.